Hey everyone, I'm just clearing my space. I've been trying to organise myself. This tiny workspace that I have, I've really tried to be a bit more organised, but I've had to dump stuff on here, so I'm just a bit pushed for space at the minute. So let's just... But I've been in a bit of like a real weird place creatively at the minute. Let's have a look. Oh, recording, yeah. Right, okay. Okay, so I've been in this really strange place creatively. It's I don't know where to put it. I think because I've had breakthroughs in my life, and then real difficult times, and it's been up, down, and it's kind of had an effect on me creatively. And I've just wanted to get paint on paper and play with the colours all the time. You know, I've not really wanted to, I wouldn't say journal, because I'm being inspired by stuff online and I see things that I want to do, but subconsciously I think I just really need to just play around with colours, because like colour therapy and all that sort of thing. So recently I've just been doing this sort of thing, experimenting with colours on and watercolours and different mediums on different pieces of paper. So this is watercolour card, watercolour paper. Then I've been practising in this is now really my art journal, this Midori book, because it takes so much, it really does. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use it to be creative and not be precious about it, and it's really good to have a book like that. So this morning, I've experimented with these. So this is watercolour, and yeah, so it's White Nights watercolour with Daniel Smith's and some of the Liquitex ink. Let's see, Iridescent Bright Gold. And it's been, I'll do this speeded up, but I used spray water as well. And what else? On some of them I've been using these Brush-Os. So I've just been playing with everything really, and just experimenting and just seeing where it goes, as opposed to having an end in mind. It's been a case of, let's just get these colours down and experiment. Now what I did learn, try and find it, what colours to mix and what colours not to mix. So for instance, I ripped this in half because I'm going to use it for collage work, and I'm going to use this for collage as well. But on this piece, it started off really light and really nice, and then it just became muddied, but really, like, I don't mind a bit of mud, but it was really bad. It started to get just really dark, and I realised that I needed lighter and brighter colours. So I waited for that to dry. I really hated the muddy bit, so I've thrown it away. I shouldn't really, and I've kept this light piece. And then this is, so what did I use? Oh yeah, so the darker one here, I really like this, even though it's not, well, it's bright, isn't it? It's not dark. I used the Deep Violet Liquitex ink, and it's really, this has all been about experimenting a lot with these inks as well, and how they mix with watercolours, what it's like when I really saturate the page by spraying it with water, and then just coming up with these new backgrounds for my journaling. So what I decided to do today was a speeded up journal process video, because I really like these colours. I like the purples, the pinks and the turquoise, and then running some gold in there, and it's really interesting to see how this dries as well. Obviously this is still wet, but when they dry completely different. So I'm going to leave that to one side, and I like to leave it to dry naturally, because I noticed the other day when I used the heat gun, which honestly I don't mind doing that anyway, but it did dry differently as opposed to being left overnight, and the ones that I left overnight to dry by themselves looked really good. So I've decided just to experiment, leave them to dry, and then just see what they turn out. It's just real learning process. I have no idea where this is going to take me at all. Oh, no. So decided to do, like, I really like this spread. This is literally just for journaling in anyway, but I think, you know, when you, like, that was good for that day. I think on different days you feel different creatively, and at the moment I just want to go for some like light and rich colours with some golds in. So I'm going to see how this turns out. I feel, when I'm journaling in here, because this is, well, when I paint in here, because this is a journal, I do sort of like hold back a little bit, but now that I've been loosened up a bit by playing in that other journal, I think I'm just going to not be precious about this and just give it a go anyway. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, let me zoom you in. Oh, I don't know what the lighting's like, 'cause it's really dark outside. Okay, so let's move this and then make the background white so it shows a bit more. Anyway, isn't it funny where your creative mood takes you? Because like that is completely different to all the other things that I've been doing in my journal. This is, I'm so happy with it. It's just crazy. It's, I love those colours so much. And I'm thinking about how, you know, when you do, so I've been doing this for a few days now. And you know when you pour like colours onto a page, or, you know, when you do those, like the acrylic pours, and it's not, you know, the uncontrolled stuff. This is a little bit, this is between controlled and uncontrolled, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just, it's going to be fun to write on. I'm not sure, I think I'm going to have to use a thicker pen, because I don't want to block my nib. On the one that I use at the moment is this one. It's the Platinum with carbon ink, and it's a very fine, it's very fine nib on there. So I'm going to try and use something a bit thicker. What one have I got here? So like something 0.3 maybe. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. But what I can't seem to get away from the darker colours as well, which is really strange. I wanted to do all lights. You know, like in my head I had like light blue and gold in my head Then I was drawn towards the pink, so I put some pinks in there. Then I saw the indigo and I thought, oh, put some indigo on there. And it's just really weird where everything just takes you. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to do another page, probably near the back or something, a few pages forward, because this is not fully dry. And I want to, I'm going to try and stick to some light colours, just out of interest to see what it will look like, and then add the gold as well. But I just love all the patterns in here, and I just love it. It will turn out different every single time, and I can't wait to see what this will look like when I write on it as well. I haven't got plans to make any marks or any doodles on here at the moment. I just wanted to see what the paints and the inks themselves, how they mix, would look like, you know, standalone sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes anyway. But yeah, I'm going to give it a go with the lighter colours and see how that turns out. To see that when you saw that I pushed close the pages, I wanted to know what it would turn out like, but as you can see, it's completely taken away all the patterns, all the little details, and all the marks, you know, in the paint and the patterns, and it's just sort of, yeah, I don't like it. But I will certainly, when I journal on this page, probably do some doodles on here, and I might even add some more watercolours just to see, don't know, just to see what it would look like. Oh, I don't know if I'm finished with this, I need to come back to it, I think. But it was literally, I just wanted to experiment to see what it would look like. The gold looks really, really nice now. There, it's all dried and really pretty. It's still a nice background to write on, to journal on, but I still prefer this one because of all the chaos and all the details. It's just really, really pretty. I really like that, how that turned out. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this experiment of mine. I will obviously, when I come back, I'll show you what I do with that one at a later date. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, just pop them below and I'll try my best to answer them for you. Take care, thanks, bye.